Let's now go to a former Australian ambassador to the US. Arthur Sinodinos joins us live from Brisbane. Thanks for joining us, Arthur. Really appreciate your insight into what went on. Let's start with the good news. Welcome reassurance for Anthony Albanese on both AUKUS and the rare earths and minerals deal, right?
Yeah. I mean, what was important on AUKUS was that the president took ownership of it. He said, look, the previous mob had been slow on it. We're going to accelerate it. We're going to get it done. So he's taken ownership of it. They may tweak it as a new administration, but it was really great to get those words out of the president. And that's one of the reasons this meeting had to happen. And it's great that the meeting has happened. Rare earths came at the right time. China's been putting the screws on the US over rare earths. This was the right time to finalise a package that's been in the works for a little while now on critical minerals. And that package is of value to Australian industry, American industry. So I think they were really good outcomes. I was very pleased with that.
Yeah, you make a really good point. He didn't just agree to AUKUS, he did just tap the accelerator a bit on it. And he even pointed out, the great controversy as to whether the US is actually building enough subs to be able to help out Australia as well. Well, he said we've got plenty. He said he wants to make it happen effectively.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, the Navy Secretary was in the room. And the important thing is they're trying to ramp up their submarine production now. So they're very committed to more shipbuilding in the US, naval and commercial shipbuilding. So it's very much in the president's mind. They have a shipbuilding council at the White House. So they've been putting everything together to try and promote increased shipbuilding. So the president's putting the pedal to the metal.
Now, back when Malcolm Turnbull was Prime Minister, there was movement on rare earths and minerals. And I think you probably were involved in that. It might have been your time, might have been Joe Hockey. So it's been in the works a long while. They've signed this arrangement today saying they're going to tip in $1 billion each. So that gives it a bit more impetus. But also, I suppose, the times suit it because China is threatening to withhold supplies of these minerals. They've got a near monopoly on this. So we could actually see some tangible outcomes, you think, from this deal today?
Yeah, Chris, you're right. Context is important. Last week, the Treasury Secretary, Besant, was talking about what the Chinese were up to on, among other things, rare earths. And so this was very much in the administration's mind. And they see Australia as a good partner, a steadfast partner. Trump himself likes Australia. He likes Australians. He's got a good relationship with Greg Norman, for example. And so I think the timing was propitious to get this done. And Australia finally, because we've been talking about this for a few years now, even from my time as ambassador, I remember briefing cabinet subcommittees on this. Finally, I think the government has put real money on the table and real incentives to get this done. And so kudos to all involved in putting this together.
OK, I know you're not going to bag Kevin Rudd, but he's got a hope, doesn't he, that Donald Trump doesn't delve into this, that he doesn't sort of work out just how much was said, how bad it was, and that it was said before Albanese appointed him as ambassador.
Look, I think, Chris, in the end, with all respect to Kevin, Trump doesn't care that much. He's got people around him like Rubio, Vance, who have said all sorts of things about him, and he said about them. Rudd finally apologised, finally got the opportunity to get in the room and apologise. Trump was gracious enough to accept that. So I think from Trump's perspective, he's got bigger fish to fry.
Spot on, he sure does. But it's been a lot of fun for us. You'll understand, Arthur. Thanks so much for joining us.